Hello, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be using Fawn BOOYAH, and I'm pointing out the ones I'll be using, the stamps. And this is for Freestyle Friday number 4. My husband chose this card. I asked him to Google some Halloween cards, and I think he threw the word Fawn in there to help me out, and he picked a few cute ones. And so I chose this one. I believe it's by AJ Otto, OTTO. I will try and find any social media of hers and link it below. I think it was a long time ago though, like back when this set came out. So I'm going to stamp out the best I can. It is not going to be very straight, but by the time you're done, if you don't look at it too hard, you can't really tell. So I'm going to kind of create a background, and the guy I just pointed to is the little ghost we're going to be highlighting. And so I'm kind of doing, this is my favorite way of making a background because it is the easiest to kind of match up, if that makes sense. The alternating images, it's the easiest to line up without using a ruler or anything like that. So I'm just kind of filling in the sides and the empty spots. And then, so we've got all our ghosties. It kind of looks like, you know that magnet face guy? I can't remember his name. Where you use a little magnet rod pen and you drag magnets, like magnet shards, onto his face and his eyebrows and things. It looks like the head without anything on it. It's kind of creepy. So I stamped a few of these. I'm going to be using the last one. It stamped the best. And I now own like 8 of these tiny Fawn acrylic blocks because I love them. And I think I got 2 at a local craft store, and then I found someone on Etsy who was selling them, and I bought like 6 more. So I'm using this little face to fill in some of the faces. And then I'm going to use the little eyelash face to fill in the rest of the faces. I'm not trying to make this card all blasé, kind of like a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who doesn't really care about making cards but wants to sell card making supplies. That's how I felt this kind of looked. It's just late and I didn't have a Freestyle Friday and I'm tired, but I was really excited to make this card. So I'm just tired and loopy. So there's that. The neighbors upstairs are hammering something. I hope they better be hammering something into a wall because I don't want to think about anything else. Okay, so I stuck that down to the card base. The card base is 4.5 by 4.25 by 5.5. Sorry, 5.5 by 4.25, but top opening. And then I just did an 1/8 inch shorter on all sides. So a 1/4 inch shorter on both sides of the paper to let the black border come through. And I haven't used my tri-blend markers in so long. I've been watercoloring so much and showing you guys other alcohol markers for Marker Monday that I haven't touched my tri-blends in like weeks, and it makes me sad. So I use the ice gray shades to kind of go for the bat color. And I don't know what thought I had. Whenever I do that, I had a thought, and I can't remember what it was. But I'm just going to use the mid pale pink blend tone, pale pink shades maybe. Oh, I think I was realizing that the little vampire guy, he's like lifted up, so I have to stamp another one of him and then die cut him out and actually like lift him up on foam. It looks a lot better. You'll see what I mean. These dies, I hadn't actually cut any of them apart. I'm so surprised that I've had the stamp set for this long, and I haven't had the dies as long as I've had the stamp set. I did buy them later, and maybe not that long ago, but I never cut them apart. I haven't used them yet, which is weird. I must be making cards with these guys that don't involve cutting them out. So I'm just going to put foam tape on the back of him and lift him up so he stands out. And then we're going to glue his little accoutrements down to him. that would be too much dimension if I were to use more foam tape. I'm about to stab myself with a pin. It's not good. Maybe it's not here. Nope, there it is. Okay, so I'm bleeding at that point. I paused so I could alcohol swab my finger and squeeze out the blood so it would stop. I'm very sorry about that. It didn't feel good. I need to be slower and clean out my glue more often so that doesn't happen. So that was fun. So we're gonna turn this little guy into a little vampire bat ghost. I don't know what it is. And then for the wings, they're going to, I decided to glue them down to the card base. I could have put foam tape on them and still tucked them behind him, but this was just easier and it looks fine when it's just down on the card base in the background. So I'm just going to tuck those in behind him. This is pretty much identically cased from the card that she made. I think my husband found the blog posts. I tried to have him track down who made the card that he picked, and he found the blog post and he said it was like 4 years ago or something. So I'll try and find maybe like if she's on Instagram, or find that blog post and post it down below so you can see her card that inspired me, because it's very cute and simple. And then we're going to be using the Happy Halloween, which are separated. I did not cut these apart. They are separate stamps. So I'm going to load that up on a block. I had to pause for something else. I can't remember. But I'm getting out my embossing stuff now. And unwrapping my cord on my heat gun and plugging that in. I'm going to use my Embossing Buddy powder destaticifying stuff to get that ready and wipe it off. And then I'm going to use the Versamark Watermark Clear embossing ink. I'm going to stamp it off to the right. You're going to see why, because I'm going to cut this angled banner type of thing. And then sprinkle on some embossing powder. And this is a lesson. I'm using my scissors to kind of shave off the cardstock. The cardstock, for some reason, the black cardstock from Paper Tray Ink comes like, the edges are rough. It's kind of strange. It's just paper hairs. And so I open my scissors and I shave them off like a straight razor. But I did it right into my white embossing powder, which was stupid. So I'm throwing away all the white embossing powder that I just infiltrated with black paper sprinkles. But I have plenty of white embossing powder. I'm not worried about it. I've had that embossing powder for like 10 years. So that went in the garbage. So don't do that. And then I had a little piece of embossing powder fly off and melt, but I think I trim it at that point. I'm going to be using the Doodlebug Design Booville. AJ's card used like a green for this, but I just love purple for Halloween. I don't know what it is. I started card making in October, which is awesome because I love Halloween. October, which is probably what I was making back then, October 2010. And at some point, I'm pretty sure it hadn't happened yet. Like I was making cards when this happened, but like when purple became a Halloween color, and I was like, oh, I am here for this. Let's do this and more of it. And so it just makes me happy. The orange and the black and the green and the red are like the best for Halloween. So I decided to go with purple because I love it. There was also a green dotted background. So the purple banner is just a little bit longer than the black one, but I am going to trim it. I'm going to trim both of these a few times until I'm happy with the length. Because I still want the black one to be more to the right of the purple, like offset. So I'm going to end up trimming both sides of it. Because I don't want it to line up with the purple. I want the purple to peek out like fully on all sides, except the top. So I stick it, but I need to trim down like the banner end even further. It ends up coming off the paper completely. I don't know what I was trying to do. but that is what I was going for. So that is the sentiment that I was aiming for. And these 3 little sequins you see in the upper left of my view are going to be put on the card as well. I believe she used some like clear sequins. I got these sequins from a pack called Ray of Sunshine. I believe Michelle sent these to me, and this little tray helped me out from Twiddler's Nook. I'm going to link her shop down below for these trays that you can buy. That's me pointing down below so you know where to go in the description. I'm going to link Michelle's Instagram because she's awesome. She sells sequin mixes, but she also makes, I really hope that's who sent me Ray of Sunshine. And I'm so sorry if it wasn't her and it was somebody else and you're watching, let me know. But I'm pretty sure it was her. I think that's her handwriting. And she sent me that, but she also makes like keychain charms that like have stuff moving around inside. It's amazing. And I'm going to link Twiddler Nook shop down below for those little trays because I used them to dump all those sequins back in that bag and it was so helpful. And then I put all my stuff back in there because it's constantly holding something. So I'm going to link all that down below. And I'm just doing his little white accents. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this card. And I will see you guys for Marker Monday. And thanks for watching. Bye.